guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today in this video we're going to talk about why your edges are bald and why you're losing your edges, and some of these reasons that I'm going to talk about. I am guilty of these too. I think we all are guilty of doing a couple of these things that I'm going to mention. So if you're interested in learning why you're losing your beautiful edges, stay tuned. So today, guys, I just thought it would be a good topic because this is something that I've been really concerned about lately. I've been all about my hair and trying to see what works for me and to keep my edges intact, preserve my edges, and also promote healthy hair growth, because I plan to wear my hair a little more going into the fall. I want to wear my real hair, my natural hair styled this winter. I want to get away from my wigs a little more. You know, I just want to embrace my naturalness a little more. So I just thought, let's go ahead and talk about hair today, and most importantly, talk about our edges. I'm going to give you 5 reasons why we as black women, or women of color in general, lose our edges. But let's be real, most of us that are walking around bald and the edges are black, you don't see white women without their edges because they're not doing a lot of these styles that we do. They don't walk around with the tight cornrows or the slick, sleek, high, tight, really tight ponytails, all gelled back with thick, heavy gels and spritzes and that type of thing. And nor are they relaxing their hair. So these are the main reasons why we as women of color lose our edges. Now, I do know that there are specific situations or certain situations where you can be losing your hair due to medical complications, due to some medicines that you may take, and that happens a lot and we don't even realize it, that it's the medicine that we're taking that's causing our hair loss. Yeah, so that's something that we should always be asking our doctors whenever they're prescribing us something. What are the side effects? How will it affect me? How will it affect my hair? So we always have to look out for ourselves, because honey, they ain't really trying to look out for us. They just write you that script and say, here, go, bye, this is gonna make you better. But it does make you better, and it could really be making you better, but what are the end results of this? Will it affect my hair, my looks? Like what is it going to do? So these are things that we have to know before we take that little pill or do whatever it is that the doctor tell us to do. But let's go ahead and get right into the reasons. For one, like I just briefly mentioned in my synopsis there, overly processing our hair. We're chemically processing our hair way too much, or leaving it on too long, just trying to do the most so we can have that sleek look like most of our weaves. But we shouldn't do that. I mean, if you want a sleek look, just get a wig, you know what I mean? But if you're chemically processing your hair, just do it in a way that it makes it a little more manageable. It shouldn't be like bone straight. We weren't meant to have bone straight hair like the others, you know what I mean? Like, our hair is not meant to be that way. So we have to lay back on the perms and the relaxers. Now, I am a creamy crack user. I love getting my hair relaxed, but I don't relax my hair as often as you may think. If you've seen my previous videos, you see how my hair often looks under my braids, so I'm cool with that. I love being able to relax it to make my hair a little more manageable. So we have to find a good place to where you're comfortable with not perming your hair so much as to preserve our edges. And if you can avoid putting it on your edges, like maybe do it every other time. Like this month, I'll, add a little relaxer around the front, or then the next time you retouch, don't add any to the front. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that's going to help you preserve your edges, because we don't want to overly process the hair, causing it to fall off, kill the follicle, which results in baldness. Number 2, harsh styling products like gels, spritzes, and those really stiff hairsprays can cause hair breakage, where the hair gets so dry that it just gets brittle and it falls off, or either it can damage the follicle and cause it to come out by the root. And then sometimes, ladies, we're not good about washing your hair as often as we should as black women, but we aren't really supposed to wash our hair every day because it dries out our hair. Our hair doesn't get as oily as others, you know what I mean? So with you having that harsh gel and spritz and all that stuff in there, and you want to change your hairstyle, and now you're combing through it. Now you're breaking it off, you're damaging the hair, which causes breakage and could result in hair loss. So if you have one of those styles with a thick heavy gel on it, wash it. You have to wash that out before you begin to comb and style your hair for the new hairstyle. Number 3, and these are one of my favorite ways to wear my hair. I love to wear my hair in really sleek ponytails. I do, and I love crochet braids. And when I get crochet braids, you have to get your hair cornrowed, and it looks best when your stylist has braided your hair as tight as she possibly can to keep it neat and it lasts longer. But all of that stress and that pulling of that sensitive fine hair around our edges is snatching our hair out by the roots, causing us to bald and lose our hair like that. Like, time she done pulled it, that's a hair follicle you done lost that may not come back, and most of the time it doesn't come back because it's now damaged. It's done slid out by the root. Now I know that you guys have probably seen this a few times. I know I've seen it when I've gotten my hair braided, and this is how I know my hair is too tight. If you start to get those little bumps, that's sign number 1 that that shit is too tight. You need to take that down immediately. I've had to do that many times before when my hair was so tight it gives me a headache, or I got these little pussy bumps, and or your hair is folded over from being braided so tight where the skin just looks like, you know what I'm saying, like it's just folded. Yeah, that is too tight. Or a couple of days after you've gotten your fresh braids and you're looking at your hair and you're like, what are these little things sticking out? And they're like little white bulbs at the ends of little hair sticking out. That's your hair. That is your root that you're seeing that's sticking out. So your hair is then slid out by the root. So those are your hair follicles, just dead, that just won't come back. So we have to be careful with the braids. Like I said, I've experienced that. I experienced that a lot, and I know that has been my problem as to where my hair has thinned as much as it has, and it's because of my love of braids. So we kind of have to watch that, you know, and it's suffocating our edges. And like right now, this is the suffocation style because I have on wig caps. And if you have thick hair like me, you may wear 2 to 3 wig caps to hold your hair down. And that wig cap under there is suffocating your edges, causing it not to get the air that it needs. And your hair can break off just like that from not being able to breathe. And that stocking cap is soaking up any moisture that you could have put down on your edges. So it makes your edges dry, brittle, and causes them to break off. And then the friction from the stocking cap as well can snatch your edges out, as well as the lace or whatever your wig is made out of along your edges. So the suffocation from our protective styles can cause us to lose our hair, ladies. Yes. And last but not least, pure neglect. When we neglect our hair, we don't give it the love and care that it needs as far as the washing and the moisturizing and just generally taking care of it, we lose our edges. But yeah, we just have to take more care of our edges. We have to moisturize them. We have to give them love. And if you're not going anywhere, about to do anything, we should sit around in our protective styles that suffocates our edges. I tend not to do that. If I'm not going nowhere, honey, my wig is off and over there. You know what I mean? Like, that's just what I do because I am all about promoting healthy hair growth. I want all of my sisters to have their edges, and there's no reason that we can't have our edges if we just take more care and pay more attention to what we're doing to our hair. But I will say this, like I mentioned briefly early in the beginning of this video about the medications that we take, just make sure that we know what we're putting in our bodies. Let's know the side effects, and let's just be more conscious of that. And I know there's sometimes that you can't help but to take the medicine. You really need the medicine, but if that's the case, we just have to make sure that we're really taking care of our hair, just doing all that we can to ensure, you know, that we're not doing anything harmful to it that could cause further damage other than what the medications could be doing to the hair. But I will have you know that, and this is something that I just recently learned too from reading, because I've been doing a lot of research on hair growth since been using the Vicks Vapor Rubs and chest rubs on my hair, because I wanted to know like how and why is this working. So within doing my research, I further learned that diets high in garlic and onion promotes hair growth in a healthy way. So if you have a diet that's high in both the garlic and onions, especially while you're taking those medications, that can really offset those effects from the medication that may be causing your hair to, you know, break or, you know, diminish. So yes, let's add more garlic and onion to our diets. Let's moisturize. Let's just take care of our hair, and we'll have our edges, y'all. We are gonna go into our old age with our edges. But yes, that's it for me, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Make sure you subscribe, okay?